Hello everyone and welcome to Thursday. It was a few days ago that I mentioned that Mao was going to be getting a new computer, an iMac, just for the fact that she's been working off of a Hackintosh I built back in 2009 that was dated when I built it, so she's been having some troubles with her computer already, and then we wanted her to be able to do some video editing, which is difficult on her current rig. So we decided to get her an iMac. In particular, we have a late 2015 model. It came out last October. I think the actual model itself came out the October before that in 2014, but they just recently got a refresh just a few months ago in October. So we are going to be doing a iMac unboxing today, and it just arrived today. And this is a big box. First off, it's an interesting shape because it's, larger at the bottom and it gets smaller near the top, but it's very, very big. It's very, very large. So we're going to start here and open it up. From what I understand, it looks like it opens here and then slides open, so I'm going to actually lay it down. Are you serious right now, Pat? So I believe it opens like this. There's a bit of padding, which is kind of nice. And then the actual box for the iMac itself
is also
that shape. So they have special boxes just for this. So now I'll put this here. And the boys may want to play with this, so I'll move this over here to them. Check it out. Is that terribly exciting?
They're confused by the foam.
So this is it. This is the late 2015 5K Retina display 27-inch iMac. And in particular, this is coming from Apple. It has been outfitted with a 4 gigahertz processor and also the upgraded video card. So it's, I don't know what it is. It's the AMD 395X, I believe. It's got 4 gigs of video memory. It's got 8 gigs of RAM, which is the stock option, because if you upgrade your RAM through Apple, you are getting robbed. Although some may argue if you're buying a Mac, you're getting robbed. So we got the 8 gig stock, and then we also ordered 16 more gigs of RAM from OWC, and we're just going to put it in there with the stock because it's got 4 slots, so Mao will actually have 24 gigs of RAM total. I think we should probably open this sucker up.
Yeah.
I thought we would need the scissors again, but it actually looks like there's a pull tab, which is odd, but I'm just gonna... It's kind of convenient. Also, I want to completely take a moment to praise, I guess, Apple's shipping people, or whoever they use, FedEx, just for the fact that this thing was supposed to arrive, they said, sometime between the 6th and the 8th. And it had not shipped until last night at 9 p.m. And it got here around 9 a.m. So it was in California, and then 12 hours later, it was here on the East Coast. So I was surprised, but also very much thrilled to see that it arrived oh so quickly. Also, this box is gigantic. So as we open it up, there's really not much to it, just because it's just a screen. We've got some pieces of very hardcore foam in here, and there's a little thing that slips out. This is probably the keyboard. And then we lift this up, and somehow remove this. There we go. It was kind of hard to remove. It was very...
tightly packaged?
Yeah, very tightly packaged. Also, the computer itself is pretty heavy. The box with, all the packaging stuff is 30 pounds. But the computer itself is certainly most of that, because it's actually quite heavy. There we go. We'll sit this back down. And really at this point, I think this is probably... Yeah, just comes right off the back. There's a little piece of information that says, please read the software license agreement. This pulls right here. And then it's actually covering it. So I'm actually not sure. Oh, there we go. Oh, okay, it actually is a slit down the back, which is nice. All right, and this is it.
Pretty.
That's a 27-inch 5K iMac, and it's turn it around so you can see. It's thin. It's really thin. Like, I'm not exactly sure what the measurements are on this thing, but it is quite thin. And they are, just as I said, enjoying that box. Let's see. Is there any other thing in here? I'm not really sure if there's anything under that.
The mouse is somewhere.
The mouse might be in that box with the keyboard, to be honest. That's what I'm guessing. And here is the power cable. And that is it. And honestly, that's all there is to it. It's Apple is all about packaging. They want their packages to be nice and clean, and they did a great job. It's really, there's not much else to it. Like there's no pamphlets or inserts or anything like that because they're just not necessary. I mean, they assume that if you got this far, you can probably figure out the rest. So at this point, all we need to do is clean off Mal's desk because this thing is gigantic. I'm actually going to be getting one of those monitors, which is exciting.
You're taking the nice one.
I am taking a nice, well, nice was relative, and now it's, I think you won that competition. So we're going to get this set up and then take a look at what it looks like turned on. So there it is on the desk. What do you think? It seems large.
It's huge.
It's pretty big. It's actually not that big.
Yes, it is.
Well, your other monitor was 24 inches. This is only an additional 3 inches. But there's like no bevel, which is probably, I think it makes it seem larger. Let's pull this off. Okay, so that's a big old piece of plastic. What's really neat, I don't know if you can really see that, but the plug, once it's in, actually is
flat. It's
flat against this, even though it's curved, which is just really neat. It's a very Apple thing, but it's a nice little touch. That's the new keyboard. Mal and I have been using the old full keyboards for how many years?
A long time.
I bought, well, this isn't my original, you got your own, but the one that I have is, I got when I built my Hackintosh.
Didn't I buy this one when I used the old white one and spilled something on it in college?
Yeah, before they had these, they were white plastic and they were a lot thicker, and I had one of those for quite a while.
And then you gave it to me.
And then I gave it to you. And then you spilled something on it and you had to get one. I really like these. I mean, I've used a lot of different kinds of keyboards, and I know some people are very partial to mechanical keyboards. Totally okay with that. But I really, really like that. I think they call them chiclet keys, unofficially, but I really enjoy them. One of the biggest complaints about, I think it's the Magic Mouse 2, is that you charge it underneath. Why they did that is beyond me, because if they would have put it here, you could have used it while you charge it. But by putting it here, the mouse is impossible to use while you charge. I don't know why, but they really wanted you to stick it into the crotch of the mouse. It shouldn't be a big issue if you charge it every once in a while. I think you can charge it for like 10 minutes and it lasts like 10 hours or some crazy thing. But still, the fact that they even put it here is ridiculous. And here's the pack of information. It just gives you some info about the iMac and what the ports are in case you are an idiot. And it looks like they also give you a clean screening cloth, a microfiber cloth.
Nice.
Which makes sense because it's a big, beautiful display. And then they also got to throw some stickers in there as well. All right, let's see here. It's on up here. It's harder to turn on than I thought it'd be. Power's usually on this side. There we go. Man. It's a pretty big screen. It's not the biggest screen ever. In fact, I think they have like the Apple Cinema displays that they haven't like updated in a million years. And those went up to, I think, 30 inches. I don't think they ever made an iMac bigger than 27, but they might have, and I just don't remember. Is the mouse functional? It looks like it is. In fact, it even shows you, like, hey, you're going to have to turn these on. So that's probably why they don't need a pamphlet included. So I got everything set up. Everything is set up through iCloud, which is really helpful whether you're getting a new phone or a new computer or whatever. I mean, as long as you're within the Apple ecosystem. Because when you start the computer for the first time, it's like, what's your Apple ID? And you're like, derp. And it's like, cool. And then when you start your computer, Like, it knows all of your bookmarks, it knows all of your passwords, it knows all of this stuff, it knows all of your settings. So it's just kind of done, which is really nice. Also, it's really pretty. And I mean, obviously this camera can't do it justice because this is it's a 5K screen. But yeah, it's really, really pretty. And once Mal gets a chance to actually, play around with it, I'm sure she'll really enjoy it. She was concerned that she would only have one screen. When I was telling her about this, whenever we went to Durham and went to an Apple store, and I was like, you need to see this in person and you'll understand that having one screen's okay. And it is. I mean, whenever you have a browser window open, like, you have enough screen space where you can realistically have a browser window open and, like, also do other things. Oh, I think they also, didn't they steal the Windows Vista or 7 thing? So, I don't know how to do it. I don't have El Capitan. I still have Yosemite, but this is El Capitan. I know there's like some way, the thing on Windows where you like drag it and it does a thing, because that makes sense and it's nice. I don't know, actually, maybe you have to turn it on. Anyway, that's it for today. And I also wanted to say that using this, like, first off, it's a nice keyboard and it's aesthetically pleasing, but also the keys are actually, they seem to be thinner than the keys here. They're still raised off of the actual board itself, but it's a little different typing with it. It's not uncomfortable, but it's different, and after you play around with it, you may have opinions of your own. That's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Ma, are you excited?
I'm excited.
Because I feel like you would be excited. This computer is actually better than mine. It has a better processor. For the Hackintosh, it has a better video card. Well, everything for the Hackintosh, obviously. We also have a Windows PC that we just received recently, and it's not better than that. But as far as the Hackintosh, it's got a better processor. It's got a better video card in it. Debatable, but probably better. It's a mobile video card, obviously, because it's in an iMac. It's got to be small, but it's got more video memory by like double. I don't think I mentioned it before. It's got a 256 gig flash storage. They do the Fusion drives, but I'd never had one before, and I didn't really want to trust it. And I was like, nah, just get the flash storage. So 256 gigs of flash storage. We're also going to have an external setup so she can, actually edit stuff off of that. And I think it's it. I think that's it. Yeah. I hope you enjoy it, and I think you will.
Thanks.
I think it's going to be a really great computer for quite a long time. That's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any specific questions, it'll be a while before this vlog actually comes out. If you want to ask Mal about how things are going, she can respond to you herself. And this should be a really good computer for, just general purpose. It's a really nice, beautiful screen, but also for the creation of 4K content, which is one of the main reasons that we got it. Thanks for watching. Let's meet back tomorrow, shall we?